Let's do it. Keep those hands up for me, Amsterdam. Beautiful. The wind is blowing cold. Have we lost our way tonight? Have we lost our hold to sorrow? It feels like we're all alone, running further from what's right, and there are no more heroes that follow. That's right. So what are we becoming?
Oh, I thought it was fun. You know, it was. I think it was the best lineup of all the shows we had played. And,
okay.
The weather didn't bother us one bit. You know, it didn't bother anybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
So the crowd was too heavy to be bothered by water.
Yeah, so it was a good experience.
Yes,
in spite of...
it was great. Always writing. You know, I'm writing. I'm coming out with a solo record next year too, and then working on Creed stuff. And I'm always writing, not with anything in mind, but later on I'll kind of categorize it for each band. So there's already a whole bunch of stuff ready for Alter Bridge. Well, I'll write parts. You know, I don't usually put songs together until it's time to do a record. So I'll write individual riffs or choruses or verses, and I'll put parts together, but I won't finish the song until it's time to do a record. And then once I've written the initial idea, then I'll categorize it if it's an Alter Bridge, Creed, solo project. Whatever I'm working on at the time, I just give 110%. You know, it's like today, it's all Alter Bridge. You know, when I'm on tour with Creed, it'll be all Creed. But yeah, whatever I've got my mindset to takes whatever, you know, the priority of that moment. It's playing in Creed. It's like stepping back in time. You know, I feel like I'm younger again, playing the songs that you know we played when we were in college. It just reminds you of old times, you know, and it's a very American band too. Alter Bridge seems like more of a European band, so it's different, just a different atmosphere altogether between the two bands. Well, with Miles being a guitar player, he'll have musical parts to, you know, with me. You know, we'll both have musical parts together. With Creed, I composed most of the, you know, all the musical ideas. So it's, but Scott has recently started, you know, over the last few years started playing guitar. So he's trying to start coming up with progressions and whatnot. But like I said, for the most part, almost all the music comes from me from Creed, and then I'll work with Scott on everything else after that. They both kind of provide different feelings. You know, each band. Alter Bridge is more, it's heavier and more layered and complex. Creed is more straightforward, and you know, we played larger venues back in the States with Creed, and a lot of it's more of a sing-along kind of a band, more accessible, and both have the things that I really enjoy about them. You know, so they both kind of feed different sides of my personality, I guess.
Okay, so your experience with Alter Bridge, for example, will you use it for the next tour of Creed, or?
I always, you know, I'm always trying to learn to be better at playing guitar and writing, and it's hard to turn off what you've learned to go back and forth. You know, I'm always trying to be better regardless of what band I'm in. So whatever new tricks I've picked up, I'll try and pour that into Creed, but keep Creed sounding like Creed and not make it sound like Alter Bridge. Kind of keep them separate. It's hard to step out of one band into the other and completely change gears, but I've gotten better at it over the last couple of years. It's I just make sure that when I'm writing ideas, I really take the time to categorize them and keep them separated.
Yeah, in your mind you have this separation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a filter, a special filter that's you know, it's an intuition. Probably 2013, first half of 2013.
Okay. So yeah, after this break.
Yeah, well, 2012 will be, Miles will be out with Slash, and we'll be doing Creed, and I'll release my solo record, and then we'll hopefully find some time next year, towards the end of the year, to start writing. And we're always writing, but just put the record together and record it, hopefully the beginning of 2013. We'll shift gears where most of our attention will be on Creed next year, but there'll be little pockets where we'll, do that. And I'm sure the following year, when it's supposed to be all Alter Bridge, I'm sure there'll be a Creed thing here, peppered in there too. I've got, I've sang the whole record and tracked all the guitars except for some lead stuff that I still have to do. But in December we'll finish up tracking and hopefully get it out in the first 3 months next year.
Okay, so it's on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I hope so. I think there's, it leans towards the heavier side of myself, and but there's definitely 1 or 2 songs on there that people that if they liked Creed, they would like it too. There's, there's just a wide variety of stuff on there. The last record I bought was Candlemass, King of the Grey Islands. I love that record. I love doom metal. I like Opeth a lot. It's one of my favorite current metal bands. I still listen to, if I get on YouTube, I'm still listening to all my old school stuff. I grew up listening to Slayer and King Diamond and Metallica and Merciful Fate, and but of the new bands, like I said, I also like High on Fire. I think they're an awesome band. But like I said, most of the stuff I listen to is old school stuff.